So now we'll start our diesel cycle. So in same way we will start. First we will know, because we are going to discuss second cycle, that is DIESEL, diesel cycle. So you should know what are the processes are being used. In same way you have to discuss all the cycles. Okay, process 1. An ideal diesel cycle will follow these processes. First one is reversible adiabatic compression. It means this is exactly same as Otto cycle. Reversible adiabatic, this word is also known as, guys, can you recall? Very good, isentropic, very good. And always remember, if reversible adiabatic process is there, then you can say isentropic process, but opposite is not true always. It means if process is isentropic, then it may or may not be reversible adiabatic. Anyway, this is the fundamental of thermodynamics, leave that. Go to the next is constant. Now see, pressure, or this is known as isobaric heat addition. Like I said, if you want to do show off, you say isobaric heat addition. If you want to normalize, you will say we are going to supply the heat at constant pressure. This is only a big difference between Otto cycle and diesel cycle. So you understood very well, whenever mathematical equation is involved in heat addition, you have two choices. Either you are going to use mCp delta T, or you are going to use mCv delta T. So because here we have constant pressure, so you will be using Cp. This was used in Otto. Now see, you got our third one. Again, same, try to understand in same way, the way we understood Otto. Reversible adiabatic, clear. I mean, we are compressing, done. Then you are supplying heat, but when? At constant pressure, done. After that, you have third. What is third one? Adiabatic isentropic expansion. Reversible adiabatic, that is nothing but isentropic, but expansion, very clear, expansion. Okay, so it's like 1 to 2 you will draw compression, then 2 to 3 you will draw heat supply, then 3 to 4 you will draw expansion, and then last one, what is the last one? Heat rejection, but at constant volume. Yes, so isochoric heat rejection. Now see, constant volume heat rejection was also there. Are you getting, guys? In Otto also we had constant volume heat rejection, right? So in entire process, if you compare the difference between Otto and diesel, only one difference is there, that is heat addition. So that's why diesel cycle you can say constant pressure. Burning is happening at constant pressure, combustion is happening at constant pressure, heat addition is happening at constant pressure. So if you will draw the shape of the diagram, the shape is going to be beautiful. 4 to 1 you have heat rejection. So let's draw first this on PV diagram. So you have your pressure volume diagram. Okay, so see, you start from point 1, you go to point 2. I will draw point 2 somewhat here. Okay, one more thing, you should not forget the direction of the arrow. Okay, so this thing is happening at adiabatic, reversible adiabatic. Adiabatic means heat supply is not there, 1 to 2. So what is the popular equation for adiabatic? PV power gamma is equal to constant. And already I have given you equations when I was teaching process. Okay, again I will give you, don't worry. Then we have to show constant pressure line. So guys, in this, how will you show constant pressure line? from 2. Constant pressure line is this line. Okay, so here your pressure is equal to constant. So you came here. Actually, what was happening in Otto cycle? In Otto cycle, we were going here at constant volume. This was the constant volume for Otto cycle. But now we don't have to learn that. We have to learn diesel. So constant pressure. Okay, here you will supply the heat. So your heat formula, what you will use is mCp. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So mCp T3 minus T2. After that, what will you do? You will complete this cycle with expansion. So you will reach here. Expansion. I should draw like this. Expansion. Okay, so you can see here expansion. Expansion. So you can see when you are reaching here, this you will say 0.4. So again this expansion is happening, means volume is increasing, so this expansion is happening. Connect this. So here you will be having heat rejection. So if you compare this part with the constant volume with the Otto cycle, then in Otto cycle we went like this, right? This was the black color. This was the diagram included in Otto cycle, this total diagram. So now we don't have this part in diesel cycle. So this is the pure diesel cycle. So you can see this part, a straight line. Okay. So again here we will talk about our swept volume, our clearance volume, everything. So it is very clear that 2 to 3 you have pressure constant. So if pressure is constant, then volume is proportional to the temperature. Okay, it means V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Volume is proportional to temperature, pressure is constant. Pressure constant is known as Charles law. Already we have done this. So if volume will increase, temperature will increase. Volume will decrease, temperature will decrease. So this is the idea. So here what is happening? Here you have constant pressure. So volume is increasing. So temperature will increase. Okay, anyway. So here you're supplying the heat. So if you supply the heat, then because of heat supply, temperature is increasing. That's why volume will increase. Now we'll go for the next concept. So for volume is equal to constant, your pressure is proportional to temperature. In this zone, your volume is constant. Okay, so you can see line is coming like this. It means pressure is decreasing. So temperature will decrease. So you will come back to the same point. So again you got 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So again your V1 is nothing but your clearance volume plus your swept volume. Okay, V2 is nothing but your clearance volume. Okay, and heat addition and heat rejection formula you should know. Heat rejection is happening at constant pressure, so you use Cp. Heat rejection is happening at constant volume, so you use Cv. This is the best graph because in one graph you learn Cp and Cv both at a time. And always keep in mind Cp by Cv is nothing but adiabatic index gamma, right? So now what to do? That's all. Now we can change the page and let's draw TS diagram. So suppose this is T, this is S. So first thing, if you want to recall, it is exactly similar to 1 and 2. What is happening here? Temperature is increasing, but if you recall, reversible adiabatic. That's why your entropy is constant here. Entropy is not increasing. Now after reaching to 0.2, you will go and supply heat. But whenever heat is supplied in diesel cycle, that is constant pressure line. So now here you have a concept, and that concept is on TS diagram. When you draw constant volume line and constant pressure line, they both are curved lines. So how will you know which one is constant volume line, which one is constant pressure line? So if you are drawing a single, like only constant volume or only constant pressure, then draw any curved line and you say that pressure is equal to constant. That's all. But if you are drawing both the lines, like volume constant and pressure constant, then volume constant is more slope and pressure constant is like this. Okay, you can see this and then this. So this I will explain because dual cycle contains both, so don't worry for this. Currently my point was like on TS diagram, if you are drawing any curved line like this can be constant volume also, this can be constant pressure also. So you should know in diesel cycle you have constant pressure like this. Okay, now if you target you are reaching to the point C, and here you have supplied your heat, so you say heat in. Formula you already know, mCp dt. After that again you have isentropic expansion, so you are reaching to a new point 4, and after that you have to reject the gas, I mean whatever you know, dhua, that thing, Q will be rejected. Almost done. It is very very similar to Otto cycle. Now you see here, this line and this line, they are not parallel. Why? Because this line is representing constant pressure line, but this line is representing constant volume line. This is volume is equal to constant. Okay, and if you want to put the arrow, first we went like this, then like this, then like this, and then like this. Okay, this became the arrow. Okay, so now we go for compression ratio here. So your compression ratio formula is nothing but same, Vc plus Vs by Vc, means clearance volume swept volume by Vc, that is nothing but V1 by V2. Okay, and you can also write this as V4 by V2, because your V1 and okay, if I draw here on PV diagram, then I am going like this, let me go like this, and I'm going like this, and then I'm coming like this, and then I'm coming like this. So here V1, here V2. Okay, so then here you have V3 and then V4. So this total volume is your V1 and this volume is your V2. So you can see V1 and V4, they both are equal. So that's why either you write V1 by V2 or write V4 by V2, same. Then you go for expansion ratio. So expansion ratio means from where to where you are expanding. So you can see from here to here you are expanding like this. Okay, in this process also you are expanding, but this we are not considering as expansion ratio, because in this we are adding the heat. So only this 3 to 4 we are using for the expansion ratio. So V4 by V3 will be your expansion ratio, and again V4 and V1 they are same, so you can also write V1 by V3, because from V3 to V4 you are expanding, right? Okay, now we go for, there is something called fuel cutoff ratio. Fuel cutoff ratio means from where to where you have supplied the fuel, only in this you have supplied the fuel. So that's why there is another ratio that is known as alpha C. Alpha C is fuel cutoff ratio, that is V3 by V2. They are small terms but important terms. Now they all have relation, I mean alpha C, RC and alpha E. This expansion is known as alpha E for expansion. Okay, and RC means compression, C means compression. Alpha is known as cutoff, so fuel cutoff ratio. So now see, I will change the page, you can check here. You know that your R expansion is nothing but V3 by V1. How? Just draw quickly PV diagram. You must be master now. From here to here you are going, and after that you are going like this, and you are coming like this. Okay, so this is your V1, this is your V2, this is your V3, this is your V4. So this total is known as V1, that is your V total, and only this much is known as Vs, only this much is known as V clearance. S means swept. From here to here, this ratio helps you to find out expansion ratio, R expansion, and from here to here it helps you to find out cutoff ratio. Which cutoff ratio? Fuel cutoff ratio. Okay, because here to here is supplying the heat, that's all. And always remember, all the ratios are more than one. For example, if you talk about expansion ratio means here your R expansion is nothing but V1 by V3. Sorry, this is wrong, this I have written wrong. It should be V1 by V3. or it can also be V4 by V3 because V1 and V4 same. Now see, this V1 by V3 you can write as V1 by V2 into V2 by V3. You have technique, mathematical. This kind of process is helpful. This is known as cascading. Okay, when you write this kind of terms. So this is giving you V1 by V2. You can check from the diagram. V1 by V2 is nothing but which ratio? Compression ratio. And if you check V3 by V2, 1 by V3, I mean I'm just taking reciprocal of this so that I can write in this term fuel cutoff ratio. So I can write this as alpha C. So RE is equal to RC into 1 by alpha C. So it means RC by alpha C is equal to RE. Okay, all the videos are being recorded, so no problem if you are missing any part. Everything is available in the video. So you can rearrange this equation for the simplest format. It is going to be R compression is equal to R expansion into R cutoff. Alpha cutoff. Alpha will represent cutoff, fuel cutoff. Fuel cutoff means it's like this. When you reach here from V1 to V2, from V2 you started supplying heat, supplying cutoff. After that no heat supply, then pure expansion. So that's why we say fuel cutoff ratio. Okay, compression ratio is clear, expansion ratio is clear, cutoff ratio is clear, and relation is clear. Then, as I told you, in any kind of process, what is our main approach? In any kind of process, our main approach to reach till its efficiency formula. Okay, any kind of cycle I mean to say. So now you know basic formula of efficiency for any cycle is nothing but output power by input power. And when you discuss power cycle, mostly in every power cycle, especially I'm talking about gas power cycle, what is our topic going on, especially in gas power cycle, your output power is considered as the work done. Okay, whatever work done we have to achieve, that is our output power. So your work done net divided by your Q. Okay, again I'm saying you can use in, you can use add, okay, you can use input, anything. Sometimes you can write Q1, no problem. So now you know that this work you can write in terms of heat. How can you write in terms of heat? Addition minus reaction. So your efficiency you can write as Q addition minus Q rejection, and then divide by Q rejection, addition. So after that you divide, both will get cancelled, so 1 minus Q rejection by Q addition. Now see, here you have rejection and here you have addition. Till here the concept is exactly same as Otto cycle, but after this step you have to write efficiency formula in terms of temperature and if in terms of ratios, compression ratio, expansion ratio, right? Okay, so till here there is basic concept to find out efficiency. This is same for Otto cycle, this is same for diesel cycle, but only one thing is different. When you are further deriving the equation for Otto cycle, then your heat rejection formula in terms of temperature is different, heat addition is different. In same way here we'll be having different formula. So you remember always QR by Qin. So I'm changing page, so you can see here Qin is nothing but, and Q addition is nothing but. Again be focus on PV diagram quickly. Why I'm drawing diagram again and again? It will give you enough practice. So from here to here, then from here, then here. Put the name 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is the heat addition? It is here. So it is between 3 and 2. So T3 minus T2 is clear. I mean delta is clear. Then what more is clear? Mass is clear. Like how much mass is there in the chamber? I mean in the piston. And then you should write Cp. That's all. Why Cp? Because it is happening constant pressure. Okay, but here constant volume. So MCV, because here you are here heat addition, here I am writing heat rejection. So T4 minus T1. Okay, don't be confused. This 4 and 1, they are same for the volume, they are not same for the temperature. Okay, here temperature is T4, here temperature is T1. This is volume axis, that's why this vertical line is same for volume but not for temperature pressure. So we got our heat formulas. Now this heat formulas we got in terms of temperature, so we can write our efficiency formula in terms of temperature. So when you will write the efficiency formula, it was 1 minus heat rejection, so it was mCV T4 minus T1, then divide by mCP T3 minus T2. That's all. This was the formula. Okay, C important here. Mass will get cancelled, no doubt. This mass get cancelled, no doubt. So this CV and this CP, always remember, CP by CV gives you gamma. Gamma is known as adiabatic index. It has 3 values: monatomic 1.67, diatomic 1.4, triatomic 1.33, triatomic or polyatomic, no problem. Efficiency is equal to 1 minus 1 by, it was like CV by CP, गौरव समझ में आ रहा है? वेरी गुड. हाँ, क्योंकि ऑटो साइकिल में सिर्फ कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम का कॉन्सेप्ट था, लेकिन यहाँ पर कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम पर कांस्टेंट वॉल्यूम पे रिजेक्शन है और एडिशन किस पे है? कांस्टेंट प्रेशर पे है. ठीक है, हाँ, तो इसीलिए ये मास का टर्म कैंसिल हो गया. ये पोर्शन हीट सप्लाई है और ये पोर्शन क्या है? रिजेक्शन है. सो just now we came to know that Cp by Cv is actually gamma. Not just now, we know it is very popular idea. So this became 1 by gamma. So finally we are landing as 1 by 1 minus gamma T4 minus T1 by T3 minus T2, right? Now see, I asked few questions in terms of small like logical questions for Otto cycle. In same way, those questions will also be there for these kinds of like for this diesel cycle. Okay, now see, once we have the efficiency formula, then we should know some changes, like how to write our T2 formula, how to write our T3 formula, like so for those things, like okay, that's all. This efficiency formula done. Okay, now see, there are some further steps involved, because I can convert, like if you remember in Otto cycle, I converted, we had 3 types of efficiency formula. Our one formula was in terms of heat, the basic formula, and then in terms of temperature, like this kind of formula we got, but there we didn't get gamma, but there we get CV, right, in the formula. And now no, sorry, we didn't get CV. Now we have a formula in terms of, like here RC and EC and R expansion, like ratios we have. So we will try to find our efficiency formula in terms of ratios. So see, how can you find out formulas in terms of ratios? So for that you have basic trick. I will tell you the trick. Trick is, the trick is like this. You can see here you have T1, here you have T4. So whenever you will take the ratio of T1 and T4, this ratio will be 1, because it is same volume. And because already you know the trick for adiabatic concept, T2 by T1 is always going to be V1 by V2 whole power gamma minus 1. This is V1 by V2. So if you will target this as a T4 T1, then this will be a V1 V4. So cancel, it will be, ratio will be 1. So this ratio, if you are finding out in this formula, it is not useful. Is there something else we can do in this formula? See, if you want to target the ratio of V1 V2, then it can be somewhat helpful, because V1 and V2 is giving you compression ratio. Okay, so in this equation here you have T1 and T4 and T2. So from here you understand this T2 you can write as, send T1 this side, and this is nothing but only the inside thing is RC, actually compression ratio, and gamma minus 1 is remaining. So T2 you can replace as T1. Okay, and one more thing, this is, you got one equation, and then you can also write heat addition concept. So because heat addition is happening at constant pressure, so P2 and P3 they are equal, right? In the graph you can see. So here you have P2, here you have P3, so they're equal. Here you are adding heat. So if you will write from the Charles law, you can see your V3 by T3 will be like here, whatever your volume V3, this volume, I want to connect with this volume. Okay, so V3 by T3 is equal to V2 by T2, because this is what the concept of pressure constant process. So from here you can find out your T3. So T3 you can now see, this T3 I want to find out, so I can rearrange my formula. It will look like V3 by V2 into T2. So this V3 by V2, what is this? Fuel cutoff ratio. So alpha E into T2, right? And just now we saw T2 is nothing but T1 RC power gamma minus 1. Okay, it means in the efficiency formula at the bottom, you check out, at the bottom you have T3 also and you have T2 also, and just now we got T3 also in terms of T1 and RC, and T2 also in terms of T1 and RC. So further I can write my equation in terms of T4, that also I want to find in terms of T1. So let's see. So T4 by T3 is nothing but V3 by V4 power gamma minus 1, and you know this V3 by V4, where it is, if you recall where it is, this is your V3, this is your V4. So this by this is nothing but expansion ratio, RE, correct? So if I will write the ulta means T3 by T4 is equal to, then I can write the opposite part. Then that opposite part I can write as RC, like reciprocal, RC power gamma minus 1. And then from here I can find out my T4 value, that will look like T3. Now I can do some kind of cascading here also. What kind of cascading we can do here? Sorry, this is not RC, this is RE, because RE means expansion ratio. Okay, and we know that expansion ratio can be written in terms of RC by alpha C. Just now we have got the example of, formula of expansion ratio. Okay, so RC by alpha C is your expansion ratio. So your T4 formula can be written as T3 into this, I can replace as this alpha C RC whole power gamma minus 1, and just now we saw that T3 we can write in terms of, you check here, alpha E and alpha C cutoff ratio, and T2, and T2 I can further write as in terms of this. So when you will summarize everything, then you will be getting your T4 formula. So your T4 formula will come T1 into alpha C power gamma, only this much. Then when you will target your efficiency formula properly, here you have efficiency formula, right? T4 is there, T2, T3 is there, T2 is there. What we are doing now, we are finding T2 value in terms of T1, T3 value in terms of T1, and T4 value in terms of T1. We got everything. So now we can write our efficiency formula, which will be in properly simplified form: 1 minus 1 by RC power gamma minus 1 bracket alpha C gamma minus 1 whole divided by gamma alpha C minus 1. This is going to be your complete formula. And now that's all. This is your gamma. You can do some ideas, some plays you can do. What if your this part is 0? You can see some imagination you do. What if your this part is 0? This kind of question they may ask in GATE exam. So you can check your efficiency formula according to that. You can change your efficiency formula. Anyway, all these things done now. Nothing is remaining. So this is your efficiency formula, and if you just recall your efficiency for Otto cycle, and if you compare, only this was the efficiency for Otto cycle: 1 minus 1 by RC gamma minus 1. So if you want that, this entire diesel cycle efficiency will be equal to this entire Otto cycle efficiency. I mean, this portion should be 1. So under what situation this entire portion will be 1? This you can think as a homework, because this entire thing you want to make 1, then only this formula will be remaining. And remember, RC is compression ratio whole power gamma minus 1. Okay. Then we should know that one great concept we should know. Your diesel engine efficiency, if you are targeting for the diesel engine, just now we are doing diesel engine, so efficiency for diesel engine is always greater than efficiency for Otto engine. Okay, this is like when you will solve for the given parameter, all the things, always diesel engine answer will come more than Otto. Okay, but there is only one note here. If you fix your RC, I mean, if you will not change your compression ratio for both diesel engine, compression engine, diesel engine and Otto engine, in that case your Otto cycle will be having more efficiency than your diesel cycle, but overall diesel cycle is more efficient than Otto cycle. That's all. Only this much is for that. Now like for example, if I'll give you any question, you can tackle that question. So that question I'll send you in the PDF. That's all. This is enough for diesel cycle.